Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. So for today's video guys, I'll be showing you how it is I changed my old braids into faux locks. So I was actually wearing braid for about 2 weeks. Yes, about 2 weeks, and my new growth, actually my hair grows very quickly. I'm not sure if it's growth or braid slides from my hair quickly, but I normally within 2 weeks have new growth. So I decided to convert my braids into faux locks. So I'll be doing a review at the end of the video of the hair that I use for this look. As you realize, I have 2 different colors, which actually was 2 different types of hair, but I'll get into that when we get into the video. But for today guys, I also want to do a post notification shout out, and for today's video this post notification shout out goes to Justiniel. So I'll put a link below to her channel so you can go over and check it out, and I'll also put the image here for you to see how her name is written. So go ahead and check Justiniel's channel, yes, and show her some support. So if you are new here as well and you're not yet a part of the Naturally Tooled family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well, so every time I post you will get a notification and you can come on over and check out my content. And of course, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, hit that like button while you're here, and leave me a comment as to what you think about the style, what you liked about it, what you do different, and I want to know if you'll also be trying it. So enough of the rambling, let's get into the video. So guys, I had already done majority of my hair off camera. I just left a little section at the front. So I'll be using the Yaman Marley hair in 1B. So I actually used the 5 packs of that along with the Rasta Marley hair in 350, which comes with 2 bundles in the pack. So what you're seeing here is one of the bundle, and you realize it's a lot longer than the Marley hair. So those are what I use to complete it. I am just going to show you what the hair looks like when it's separated from the pack, and for each section I actually use 2 parts of the hair. So I'll just go ahead to put that section up that I'll be working on to get it out of my way. I'll also be using my Auction hair wax and my crochet needle. So just go ahead to take down one of the braided section, and then I'll apply the Auction hair wax to the root. I'll then go ahead to take one section of the Marley hair, which I will crochet in, leaving a little section on one side and the longer part to the other side. And then I'll go ahead to tighten the root of the braid and wrap the Marley hair around. So what I'm doing here is to firstly tighten the roots where my new growth is, and then I'll proceed to make the wrap going down on the hair. So you realize I'm just using my finger here to take the hair back as I make the wrap. So I'll just proceed with the same method, going down on the hair until I get down to the end of the braid. So as you work your way down the braid, you'll just use one hand to guide the hair as you're making the wrap, and ensure that you're not leaving any space out that will show the braid that is underneath. For example, here where I'm out of braid, I'll just go ahead to add another strand. So you realize I just place it where it is the last one ended and just continue to wrap going down. Once you get to the end of the braid, then you'll start to wrap the opposite direction, that's going up the hair that you have left. There are two methods that I was using on the process. One is to wrap all the ends up and then make a tie, or depending on how much hair you have left, you also have the option of burning the ends. I used both methods, so I did wrap all the hair that I had left up to the top, and then I just burned where it ended in order to seal it. So because my fan was on, the lighter wasn't coming on before the camera, so at points of the video you'll see where I go to the side in order to get the flame on the lighter. So that would have completed the first one. You realize it's very flexible and very lightweight. So just move on to the other using the same method. You'll just get the hair from the pack, you'll crochet. I add the edge control in my case because I'm doing it on an older braid. Then I will go ahead to pull it through, leaving a shorter piece on one side, and then I'll just go ahead to wrap, firstly by tightening the roots, and then I'll just wrap down using one hand to guide the hair to ensure that all sections are covered and there's no area in which you'll be able to see the braid that is underneath. Because of the length that I wanted my locks to be, you'll realize that for mine I had to add additional hair halfway through all my braids, all the locks, to make it longer. If it is you're doing like a shoulder length or bra strap length, then you won't have that issue where you'll have to extend the locks. Mine was in the case that for most of it I was working for it to be at my breast in length, which would be considered bra strap length to the back. For the next lock, I'll actually be using the 350 Rasta Marley hair. I bought this one because I wanted to add some 350 locks to my hair, but then I ended up doing less of the colored ones because I wasn't really a big fan of this hair. For me, it's a little bit softer than the it's a lot softer than the Marley hair, which made it a little bit harder for me to work with, but I still did what I could with it. So it's the same method for this one, and the fact that it's a different color, you will have to ensure that you wrap the root a little bit tighter. And also, once you're wrapping down from the roots, you also need to pay a little bit more attention to ensure that you have no peepholes of the black braid showing underneath. So you'll realize on the other side I had a case where the root wasn't wrapped completely and there was a little black showing, but I didn't bother to rewrap that one. I just ensured for the future ones that I had all sections covered. One good thing though about the Rasta Marley is that when it came down to the ends, it was a bit easier for me to seal. So in terms of wrapping it back to the top and then tying, because it is a lot softer. So you'd realize that I only had a case of burning at the tip, where it is that the black for the braid underneath ended with the color. But in terms of where I wrapped it up, I really didn't need to burn to seal it. So I'll just go ahead to do another one with the Rasta Marley here, so you can see how it is I did it when adding a different color from my hair color. In total, this style probably took me about 10 hours, but this 10 hours would have been within 2 days. I started it on Sunday, and that was Sunday morning, and completed it on Monday night. So maybe if it is I did it straight, I probably would have taken this time, but I was just doing it at my own leisure and taking breaks as needed. There are some cases where after doing a wrap, I wouldn't have a lot of braid left to be done. So there are some where I would split the hair in two and just use half of the hair to complete the process. So this lock here is one of those that I actually didn't burn the end. So you realize I'm actually tying. So I'm just using the small ends that are left to make knots at the end. And then whatever is left, I'll just go ahead to wrap it into the locks. I did, however, burn right down at the tip to close it. So guys, this is basically how it looks after. As I said in the video, I am not really a fan of the marley. I think it was marley. Of the Rasta. I'm not really a fan of the Rasta marley. That was the one that I had in the 350. Yeah, it's kind of too soft, so you realize it's kind of fuzzing a bit. So I'm not really a fan of that one, but the yarn is fine. The yarn actually gave me the look that I wanted. The only drawback there is to the method I use in terms of the ones that I would have burned to the ends. It takes a little time for them to not stick together. But eventually, I know from previously doing FAUX LOCS, eventually they stop sticking together once the burn ends are not shedding anymore. But yeah, so this would be it after everything. You see, this one is fuzzy here because it would have been the one that I don't like. There are actually even, I tried a thing or two with some of them. Let's see if I can find one. Yeah, like this one where I did the color on the end. So you see the top of it is black and then I wrapped the end with color. So I was trying a thing right there. So I did that with a couple in there. I think the rest are actually in the back. Yeah, So the rest are actually in the back that would have been done like that. But for me, I don't really wear my hair like that, so I go ahead to pull it back like this, and then I would just tie it at the back. So this is actually how I would wear it, because this is how I wear most of my braids. It's very light, and you can see they're very flexible. Very flexible. So yeah, so guys, this is a quick and easy way in which you can change your old braid into faux locks. I'm aiming to wear this probably for a month, 6 weeks. In normal cases, if I paid to do it, I probably would have went like a 2 months, but I don't think I'm going to make it to 2 months because I did it and it doesn't cost that much to do it myself. But I'll see how long it lasts. Normally faux locks can last you 3 to 6 months, but I'm not sure how long I will wear it for. Yeah, so that's it for today's video, guys. If you liked my tutorial, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed, and go ahead to share with your friends who you think would benefit from doing this tutorial. So that's it for today. So until next time,